Hi there. Welcome to the Small Business Coffee Break, the video series where we take a few minutes to work on your business, not just in it. Today we're talking about what's the one question every business owner should ask their banker with Sara Hernandez, Senior Vice President of First Citizens Bank Coral Gables. Sara has over 15 years of experience helping small businesses with their financing and banking needs. So grab a cup of coffee and let's get into it. Sara, if there was one question that nobody asks, but everyone should ask their banker, what would that be?
So I would ask, so let's say that I'm a shoe store and I manufacture shoes. And I would want to make sure that the bank understands the shoe business, that the bank doesn't have any aversion to the shoe business, and there is a pathway for growth for me in the shoe business, basically, right? So I would plainly ask, this is the business that I'm in. Are you interested in this business? Do you like this business as a bank?
Wow, I don't think I would have thought to ask it so plainly, but I think that makes perfect sense. Right. You know, sometimes it seems like we're searching for this information. Why not just go up and say, hey, is this something you do a lot of and you want more of?
And do you understand the business?
Right.
Because that's the key facet. If you don't understand the business, you're not going to be able to lend to the business. Because what happens? You're going to be risk averse. You're going to be scared.
You're going to see risk everywhere, yes.
You don't understand this business. That's why there are some people who lend to retail centers, some that don't, some that lend to restaurants, and some that don't, because they feel comfortable. So don't wait until you need something from your bank to ask that question.
Just go ahead and day one.
Ask the question.
Ask the question. Hey, is this and the type of business I'm in? Is it something you understand and something you want to grow your business with also?
Exactly.
And just knowing that right off the bat will be a huge boon for you, I suppose, because then if the relationship should be someplace else, it might be someplace else.
Exactly. And what happens is people don't realize how important it is to pick the right bank and banker for you, right? Like, we jump into that relationship without really doing thorough investigation conversations. You want to make sure that you connect with your banker. If you don't connect, you're not going to call them and ask them for advice. You're not going to listen to them. You're not going to learn anything because you don't like the guy.
You're not going to invite them over to your office to ask them questions on video.
You're not, right? So
absolutely.
I think that, asking that question is important. And what I would do is I would go and interview 3 or 4 different banks. Don't just go to the bank down on the corner of you because it's convenient, because the day you need money, that is not going to be convenient. That's not going to be the reason why you're going to get money from them, because you're around the corner. They're going to look at a lot of other things. So you look at a lot of other things.
And again, it goes back to our underlying tone, which is planning, is if in knowing before you need the money, whether or not your bank is a great place to get the money.
Right.
Goes right off the way. And I'm willing to bet it, any good banker would want to let you know right off the bat, hey, I don't want to have a negative experience, or you have a negative experience with my bank. I'd rather say to you right now, we are not the restaurant bank.
Right.
But I might be able to tell you to go check out so-and-so.
Exactly.
That might be a good fit for that growth that you're looking for.
Right.
Not to mention that healthy relationship now creates opportunities for other ventures in the future if that was to change place.
Exactly. And so the best place to get a good referral for another banker, if that banker is not good for you, is a banker. Because they have, connections within the banking community. And they can say, hey, this person can help you.
And I would imagine that...
I do that all the time.
And it's the fear factor, I think, from the consumer perspective, right? I know I see it a lot in insurance. There's a lot of things people don't want to necessarily outright come and tell you, because they're concerned of what that could mean But as opposed to that, being more transparent actually creates an opportunity for you to find the right fit versus trying to fit a square peg into a round hole.
Yeah, it's a relationship, and just the way that we've entered in all sorts of relationships, this is another one that you need to vet and make sure that it's a right fit.
Let's keep the conversation going. If you have any questions for Sara, please ask them in the comments, or I put her contact information in the description. If you have any questions you'd like me to ask Sara or any other professional in their field, my contact information is also in the description, and I'm always open to a DM. See you next week for another cup of coffee and more questions answered.